Brentford were on a terrible run through December and into January until their win against Nottingham Forest, when Ivan Toney's suspension was over and he scored a free kick after moving the ball slightly to curl it around the wall. So with them hovering above the bottom end of the Premier League, my dad and I decided it would be the perfect team to face each other in a brand new versus format. So we're bringing back the versus episodes where we do the same team.
Yeah, it's better fun, isn't it?
Yeah, we did it last year with Manchester United. We've done it season 6 against each other a couple of times. But we kind of feel like now we've got a little bit more time on our hands outside of the versus episodes, which are still going to come every other week. And of course, the versus series that we're doing. The normal rebuilds now, they just don't have as much sting.
No.
And pardon my pun, because we are doing Brentford today, the Bees. They don't have enough sting like the other ones do.
No. And the good thing as well, I can do this when at home and then just come down on the day and record that whole series, really, can we?
Yeah.
So I've got to be coming down here all the time to do it. So
we've got time to do it.
Yeah.
Dad explained all the logistics around here. It's like you're like, all right, get on with it. Right, so we've got a new point system and a kind of a format for it, because this is obviously kind of similar but different in the fact that we're not in the same universe anymore. We're rebuilding the same team and we're going to see who does it better. So who rebuilds Brentford better? So the point system will be set in stone as this and this only, so there's no good commenting saying there should be more points. We're gonna keep it either way until the end of this game campaign that happens, and then we go on to whether we change it or not, then we'll decide then. So it is very similar to the versus episode in terms of points, which is 3 points for a domestic cup, 4 points for a domestic league win. We'll have 1 point if we finish higher than the position the other person finished in, but if it's the same position, no points whatsoever.
Nope.
Of course, Europa League and Europa Conference League, if we manage to win one of those, it's 5 points, but Champions League is 7.
The big one.
And then for a little bit of fun as well, for a Brucey bonus point, which I think we should say adds an extra 3 points to the final tally.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
We're going to count how many points we win each season with this team, and then whoever has won the most points across 5 seasons will win that extra bonus 3 points.
Could go right down to those 3 points in the end, couldn't it?
It could do. We've had ones that come very close to that on the versus episodes.
Yeah.
So today we're starting off with Brentford, and first and foremost we're going to have a look at Dad's season number 1, and then we'll have a look at how Dad's season number 1 ended. Then we'll have a look at my season, so we don't get confused who's who. We'll do it season by season before we chop and change. So Dad, talk to me. I haven't seen this yet. I don't know how you've done or what you've done. You brought in a couple of players here.
Yeah.
A 1 year for 19 million, which is a good striker from Nottingham Forest.
Well, Ivan Toney's suspended.
Yeah.
Until January.
Yeah.
As we know in real life. So game's just the same. So I had to bring a striker in. So I brought this guy in.
Okay. From Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Good pace, good finishing. Low composure though. Ooh.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
All right,
But,
okay.
there you go.
Juicy.
Take a chance.
Facundo Torres, I like this signing. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of this one, to be fair.
I've signed him
across
quite a
the
few
front
times
three.
as well, and across his challenges and all that. So, yeah.
He's decent. From
Good
Orlando.
signing, I think that was.
11 million. It's cheap. It's good. And then finally, you've got Ian Matson on loan from Chelsea, who plays left back.
Yeah.
Just a backup, is it?
Just a backup, yeah.
Okay. Any players on the outs that you sold there? Doesn't look like it. Just a couple of loan signings.
Well, you come in, I think when you take over the team, you come in sort of mid-July anyway, don't you? So it wasn't a lot of time to do anything really. Time you change your tactic and suss out where my weaknesses were. No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, because they got 30 million to start off with,
Yeah,
which is quite a nice little
Yeah,
budget.
it was.
To be
I was
fair,
surprised
for
with
Brentford.
that.
I was
Yeah.
surprised. But tactically then, whoa, okay.
I think I looked at the team and just thought, where am I strongest in certain places, and where can I improve it? So that's what I've just done, really. I come up with that tactic. So not too bad on defending, but I can have a go at you.
Okay.
And I think I was quite happy with this tactic, to be honest with you. It's the first time I think I've used this tactic. So
A narrow 4-2-2. Obviously,
Yeah.
when Ivan Toney comes back, he actually goes into the first team. So does Jensen. Because I imagine you weren't playing that team every single game, was you? No. I mean, you've got some wingers then that are going to be missing out.
yeah, that was the only thing when I went for this formation. But I just think with the Premier League, I think you've got to be attacking, but still be a bit more sort of
conservative.
So just to make sure
Again,
you're
you're afraid of the support role. Don't see one of them around.
Now you started pointing it out to me. Now I'm getting a bit worried now whether I should be playing supporting roles now. So, but
I reckon, you know when like in training you do attack versus defense? You're so set in that. You're like, no, you're on attack duty. You go over there. You're defence. You'll go over there. There's no middle. No middle ground whatsoever. Does anybody do both? No. We'll just skip it.
I think just my forward-winning player midfielder, like, he's on defence, so he's doing the job for me. So everybody else just go on, go at it.
3 poor bastards who will do all that, and then the rest is what. Even the keeper.
Right. Yeah, have a go. Come on.
Even the keeper runs past your ball-winning midfielder, like, see you later, mate. Yeah, I'm off. All right. So your schedule then at the start of the season.
That was
been
going
very
back
good.
to that tactic though. Did you notice my goalkeeper now? I was surprised that we still had him.
Well, you don't, do you? He's out on loan.
He is out on loan, so he's not my keeper, really, is he?
No, this is just your best 11.
That's
You have
right,
Flecken to begin with in the first season. You have Raya on loan. And then obviously, if they don't activate the release clause of 27 million, you get him.
Yeah.
So he does actually stay at your club quite often because Arsenal never pay it because they got Ramsdale, which I found pretty much every single game for.
Yeah.
They prefer Ramsdale anyway because he has
weird,
a higher current ability.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
So Raya normally just comes back to Brentford. So schedule. You've got Bournemouth in the first game. You beat them 4-1. Brighton 2-0. Palace 3-2. And Bristol City 5-0. So it's great wins.
I haven't really played anybody yet, though, have I?
Not challenging,
No.
but those are 3 teams which I would say are around you. And
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Yeah, so they're good wins.
Yeah, and obviously you've been beating teams in friendlies, which are quite good as well. So that next month is your telling month.
Liverpool,
How are you going to
Chelsea,
get on
Man
against
United.
the worst team in the league and also the 3 best?
Yeah.
Or 3 of the best, anyway. Okay, and then Arsenal right after, plus you got a very difficult, 6 games in the Premier League.
Well, we know
there.
the Premier League is an hard league, and I mean, we laugh
7 or 8
about
games,
Luton
isn't
being
it?
the worst team in the league, but they're still capable of beating anybody.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
You know, I mean, they took Man City to the blinging last sort of couple of minutes, didn't they? Really, so.
They did. First season at Brentford. Let's see how Dad gets on. First season, 9th place, Dad. Very respectable finish.
I was quite happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't really my team. I picked a couple of players in. Didn't know how the striker would perform. I mean, as it is, he's
Your
my
top
leading goal
scorer,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I'm quite happy with that.
I mean, you stayed 9th from just past the halfway point and never left it.
No.
But you were in a bit of a league of your own, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, look at the teams above me, really, apart from the Fulham team.
Yeah.
Every other team is a team that you expect to be finishing in the top 5.
Yeah, Fulham got a good side, to be fair, with João Palhinha,
yeah.
etc. Palace there finishing below you by about 7 points as well. So, you were in the league of your own in 9th place, just ambling around, I guess. 16 losses, 16 wins, not bad at all. Manchester United world champions, though. That's a bit very realistic, isn't it? Brighton nearly getting relegated, though. Bournemouth and Burnley going down. Wow. Profile, then, of the league. You got Awonyi there with 18 goals. Calvert-Lewin got 32.
Yeah.
What happened in this universe is mental.
Where did Everton finish?
I mean, they finished in 15th, but they had the 10 points deduction. They would have finished on 51, so they would have been the only team near you.
Yeah.
You would have still finished above them. They would have been up to 10th, but you got 32 goals. That's mental. Fair enough. Okay, so it's just Sean Dyche, isn't it? Sean Dyche, unbelievable. He's still there, Sean Dyche. What about competitions? FA Cup, League Cup. Did you manage to pinch one of them? No. Quarterfinals in both. Forest and Liverpool knocking out the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Your goals was Awonyi and Mbuemo scored 18 as well. Kevin Shade got 11. So when he came back, Ivan Toney, he only played 3 games and 1 goal. How interesting.
Didn't get into my team.
No, that is interesting. He's
Yeah, I was
unhappy
surprised
and he's
at that.
wanted. They made such a big deal about him coming back.
Oh, I did, didn't they?
Sky Sports. It annoyed me a little bit. He had the Undertaker's music. It was I thought it was a WrestleMania.
That was all the game was for Sky Sports. That was all the game was about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just him coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Brentford manager came out and they started asking him questions, and he said, "Look, there's another 11 players out there, or 10 players out there." He said, "I'm more interested in what goes on as a team, rather than just one player." And fair shout.
I mean, he scored,
and then he goes just bloody scores, doesn't he?
Rolling the ball the other side of the.
I mean,
did you see that when he moved the ball and then started moving the?
What was more funny
foam.
is the camera caught the defender looking back and telling the goalkeeper, "He can go round me, he can go round me." He's going, "No," and then he just moves the ball across.
Yeah.
And then he goes round. You can imagine that player looking back and going, "I told you, didn't I?"
I mean, it's genius. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
It is genius. Whether it's slightly bending the rules or not, once the ball has been placed.
He didn't put the ball forward, did he?
No,
He just went
moved it to the
sideways,
side,
so he didn't go past it because the referee drew the line longer. He could have just moved the ball.
Yeah, but I think the referee, you wait for the ball to be placed, then the referee does the thing. So I do think it is kind of bending the rules.
Well, I don't know.
At the
I've
same
seen
time, it's very
referees draw
smart.
the line first and then they put the ball down.
I've also seen it when they put the ball and then they scoop the foam and chuck it 5 yards ahead and then move it. I've seen that before as well. All right, so good season to begin with. Your transfer budget for season number 2, £47 million.
I was pleased with that. So I can start building a little team now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, so it's a good start. 9th place is what I've got to beat in this first season. You got 54 points, so we can start tallying up in our heads, but we will keep something going as we go along to see what it's like each season for the points. All right. Let's have a look at my season number 1. So my transfer window was very short and sweet, to be fair. I had my eyes on one position, and I managed to get what I think is an unbelievable signing in that role. £34 million in Kefren Turam. Great signing.
Yeah. And he don't usually leave Nice, does he?
No, I mean, usually you end up seeing him in one of the top European clubs in like season 2 or 3. I mean, he's still got a bit to develop because he does have, obviously he's only 22 and he has a high potential. It's a fixed potential too, which is good because then you know he's always going to get to that potential as long as he doesn't get injured or anything like that. But that gets into opposition area. He's like a little or Aldi version of Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's what I think. He's 22 years of age, £34 million. I think that's a great little bargain, that, to be fair. I mean, it's 34. It's quite a lot of money for Brentford, but that's an investment.
Oh, definitely.
Because he's world class eventually.
At that age as well,
6.5 average rating. We'll ignore that. We'll let him bed him into the team first before we criticise how he's getting on. Tactically, very different to you, in fact. I looked at the side in Brentford and I thought there's a lot of wingers in there that I'd like to use. So I'm using wingers. Kept it nice and simple. A 4-3-3. I've got Thuram and I wanted to play him every single game in that centre midfield on attack role. The rest of the lineup picks itself. I did pick without restriction best 11. It does put, of course, Ivan Toney in. It doesn't put Thuram in the side, which I was a little bit surprised with. So, I mean, hey, there we go. So just imagine Thuram's in there, and at the beginning of the season, Ivan Toney is nowhere to be seen. I don't know whether he'll be at the same effect as what you had, where he just doesn't go in the team or not. But there's some cracking players either way, especially out on the wings. Got Mopai, Damsgaard, Shade, all on the bench there. You can do pretty much all 3 of those positions, and that's what I like. One thing I did notice about this Brentford team is how good the fullbacks are.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Rico Henry on the left, and I think he's actually really good in real life too. I like him. You got Aaron Hickey, who's class, who plays both right and left back naturally. So, I mean, he's an asset. He's only 21 as well. Grows into the role, and he's got 5-star potential at the start. So that's another good one. And Rosalev is actually really good, and he's only 24 as a right back. Some great fullback options when I was looking through the side. So there we go. That's the team that I've got. I've gone for a balanced mentality as well. I don't want to push too far up. You've got to press them forward at the front, very much like what they play. My start was a little bit ropey, I'll give you that. I haven't won a game yet in the Premier League. Considering you won 3 out of 3, I've actually lost. Well, I lost 1 game to Arsenal there, 2-0, and I drew to West Ham 2-0, and I drew to Aston Villa 0-0. I'm not as worried about it as what you would think if you thought you've played 3 games and no win. Arsenal, don't expect to win that at the Emirates anyway. West Ham, that's a disappointing one, I'll give you that. They did score later than what I did as well, 80th minute. Aston Villa away, getting a 0-0.
Good result.
I don't mind that.
It's a good result.
Yeah. We beat Palace in the League Cup 2-1. Now I've got my 3 difficult games in a row like you had. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City. I could be sacked by the Forest game. But you had a 9th place finish, 54 points. That's what I've got to beat, or attempt to beat, in this first season. Let's see how I get on. Alright, first season, 11th place. I did not beat the position, but I got more points.
That's weird, isn't it?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin was the top scorer in mine as well.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Mental. But, Dad, have you seen what I've seen? Not Man United not winning the league and finishing in 8th place compared to Dad's, which shows how drastically different our careers or our saves were. But no. Have you seen what I've seen? No. What is next to Brentford's name there?
Oh,
a Europa League spot for next season, which can only mean one thing: FA Cup winners of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, only beaten by Manchester City, and I'll give them a bloody good go as well at a 6-5 finish. They went on and defeated Aston Villa in the final there, but I won the FA Cup and I beat Chelsea in the final 2-1. London Derby, that is.
Yeah, good.
Moises Caicedo scored for them, which was an equaliser, but JanElt scored in the 76th minute to win at Wembley. We lifted a trophy for Brentford, which is that their first competition win? It is their first.
Yeah, I think it was,
Yeah, they've never won anything. They've won an EFL trophy. Oh no, they've run her up 3 times. Yeah, they only won that. So that's their first major trophy.
Well done.
First season. That's also 3 points.
Yeah.
You had a higher place finish, which will get you a point, but I had just slightly more league points. So in the race for those extra 3 bonus points, I'm ahead on that.
It was 1 point, wasn't it? So that's not.
You got 1 point. It's 3-1 so far.
No, the points is deny 54 and you have 55.
Yes, I think so.
In the long stretch,
only 1 point. It kind of means nothing, really. In how close that is.
Yeah.
It's across the 5 seasons when it will make a drastic difference, I guess. But there we go. I mean, FA Cup, the semi-final. I knocked out Aston Villa, which is obviously a team I struggled against at the start of the season. Knocked out Man United in the quarter-final. So I didn't have an easy run. Didn't have an easy run by any stretch.
No.
Home Park, Plymouth versus Man United. I would have loved that one.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
a shame about the result, but I would have loved that one for sure. Let's have a look at my goals. 13, Kevin Shade. 13, Kefren Turan. Anybody else want some goals?
You've done lucky to get there, really, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. 11 from De Silva, which is another midfielder. Again, Ivan Toney.
You only played him 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was more than what you did. 1 goal, 4 assists.
Yeah. That just tells you something about this team that,
Yeah.
you know, because you didn't even bring in a striker, though, did you?
No.
You'd have thought he did. I mean, you look at the.
Thought he would have walked in.
You look at real life. Not only
Yeah.
did he just walk right in when he was available on the first day,
Captain
started and
whatever,
captain, yeah.
So there we go. He comes in. He is wanted. I could look to
Real
sell him.
Madrid wants him.
Could look to sell him. He's worth £50 million,
Yeah.
which will add on to my 56 million. It's roughly about the same as what you
Yeah.
had, but I think the FA Cup win, they might just
Yeah,
give me a
definitely,
couple of extra few quid
Yeah.
for that. All right, let's have a look at what Dad has done. Season number 2. We know what the scores are already. It's 3-1 when I'm just slightly ahead in the points. Season number 2 then. Dad, what a transfer window you've had. Jesus. Right, okay. So a lot has happened.
Yeah.
A lot of players going out and a lot of money being spent. Quarter was the first guy in the door. You've got £22 million being spent straight off the bat on a very good centre-back. I like him as well because he's a ball player.
Strengthening me defence here now, so this is the start of it.
Yep, a lot of experience. You've
Yeah.
got Max Aarons coming in from Bournemouth as well. £23 million right back.
Strengthen it again.
Giving you a lot of options at right back now.
Yeah.
You've got like 3 players you can do that. A couple of players who left. You've got Frank Onyeka going there for a little bit of money. Finn Stevens going for a little bit of money as well. And then you also sold £91 million worth. £62 million. Ivan Toney has gone to West Ham.
This was, I think he had 1 more year left on his contract and he did not want to stay.
Okay.
He said to me, I'm definitely not signing a new contract. I'll see my contract out. Fair enough. West Ham came in for him. I said no a couple of times. They just kept on up in the offer, and got the 62 million. I thought, bang, I'm taking it.
Because you like Ivan Toney as well.
I do. I signed him for quite a few times.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't really want to lose him.
Yeah.
But when he said to me, I'm going to go, I won't allow him to go on a freebie the following season.
Yeah, I mean, he's just outside the bingo card, outside of Frank Kessie. So JanElt, £22 million.
Yeah.
Then a lot of other players. I mean, there's your backup goalkeeper gone then, because I did notice you got Castiles on a free.
One of my favourite keepers. So
yeah, he's good.
when he come up on a free, I thought I'm getting him in. I'll just get rid of my reserve keeper. Let him fight it out for the first place then.
Yeah, because obviously Raya stayed.
Raya stays, which
Yeah.
I was a big surprise. So that really helped out.
Yeah. Hani Mukhtar was the first signing. £15 million from Nashville.
Yeah, I do like this guy.
Do you reckon? I don't like him because of his physicals.
Well, for what I needed for him to do here, he was a good fit for me, really, in that shadow striker role.
All right. I don't like no physicals. He's good with both feet.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about him. And only off the ball 11. That's the one. I don't like that deal, I must admit. Smith Rowe is a good one, though. £43 million.
Another one I wanted, just strengthen my midfield up. And that was the main thing I was doing, just strengthening the midfield up, really, and the defence.
Giving you options.
Yeah.
Then you've got a couple of youngsters, which obviously I don't think you've done. It's like your young
Yeah, I don't
team.
think I set up the
Staff responsibilities
properly, did I? And I was getting a few youth players in.
Yeah. Thomas Araujo, £22 million centre-back.
Yeah.
Backup option. Then we've got, again, those are the 2 ones. Yeah, why did you sign Anthony Martial?
I needed a reserve striker.
Okay. Oh, he's not bad, to be fair.
He was
all
quite
right.
cheap as well, and he's quite good. So
Cheap, he's free.
Well, yeah.
So
there you go.
GP's free.
Yeah.
47k a week as wages as well. It's not too bad, really. You've also got Mayoral from Getafe. That's another striker signed.
He's a good striker.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And then Amad Diallo on loan from Manchester United.
Good
right-sided
squad
winger.
Good squad player, really. I thought he did many positions he can play in.
Yeah, but you're not playing wingers.
Well, I know that, but look at the positions he can cover for me as well, just in case I do get an injury. So I do, innit?
All right.
Plays up front as well.
Urian Timber on loan.
Yeah, never one that was
That's
good.
a good signing.
Yeah, that was probably one of my better signings of loan deals.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked that they actually loaned him out to you, really. I only played 4 games last year. And Julian Araujo from Barcelona. Another right. You signed 3 right backs. You already had 2 at the club. You're just packing out the right back position.
It's his hair. Every time we see that guy, I commented on his hair and just thought I'm having him in, and I can tell him about his hair, can I?
Right, okay. So tactically, have you changed? Oh, you've changed it.
Yeah.
You have changed it. Gone for a winger on the left-hand side, an advanced playmaker there in behind the striker. If I did best 11 picking, Buemo and Mayoral goes up front. Torres pops to the left. Emil Smith-Rowe in behind. Norgard and Ayer in midfield. Timber goes straight into the lineup, and Raya, obviously, who's come back.
That guy with the funny ears running.
He is, yeah, knocking out Aaron Hickey, who's one of the best right backs in a couple of years' time on the game. How have you got on at the start of the season though with this lineup? It's all wins. It's hard to argue when you're winning games.
Started well, didn't it?
Yeah, Forest 2-0, Wolves 2-0, solid at the back as well.
I mean, once again, I haven't played anybody that we class like the big 5 or 6 of that, but
No.
I'm still coming away with the wins as well. So I'm not conceding very many goals now. So
Brendan Aronson got a 90th minute, so obviously you almost kept another clean sheet there. And then it was an easy win in the Cup and a 4-1 win against Brighton with Matoma scoring first, and then you battered them 4.
Yeah, I was happy with that start.
Yeah. Then the tricky games again coming in September.
Coming in, yeah.
Always got the difficult September. All right, let's see how you got on at the end of the second season. Okay, second season, and you had a title push.
Yeah, I was doing well, wasn't I? On stage there.
Man United is unbelievable in this, isn't it? Can I live in this world? This is unbelievable. 81 points alongside Manchester City there.
I only lost 5 games as well, same as Man United.
Yeah, one against Man City where you got battered. Liverpool was only a 2-0. And then a couple of games maybe you should have won.
Yeah.
And then a loss to Chelsea at home. But really good. Brighton going down, Leicester, Middlesbrough. I think Brighton went down in mine as well, to be fair, in the first season. That's incredible.
Yeah, I was pleased with that.
A 1 year with 22 goals again.
Yeah, I think that was the bigger surprise for me.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a good signing, really.
Average rate getting dominated by Man United players. What is going on here? Is it still Ten Hag? What is happening? This is unbelievable. Facundo Torres of 18 assists. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's really good.
My keeper, the third one with clean sheets. So
yeah, I mean, 81 points. You might have took a big step there.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the total for the bonus 3 points.
Well, you got to be there or thereabouts, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, I mean, you might even get a point quite easily there for the highest league position. Easily there. All right. Cup competitions. Did you manage to win one? No. Semi-final against West Ham. 5th round against West Ham.
Done me both times.
Yeah, where'd they finish in the league as well?
Quite way down.
Yeah, they did. 15th place, but they done you in both times. Okay, so the final there was Chelsea, who beat Arsenal in the final. In the semi-final, West Ham went on to play Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace won on penalties, so West Ham couldn't win either way.
No.
Next season, though, Champions League football for your dad. A 1 year with 26, Mayoral with 23. Facundo Torres had a great season. Yeah, that was cracking from him. And Buemo with 12. Fair enough. Transfer budget for next season, 53 million. Roughly about the same.
Yeah, pleased with that.
Okay, let's have a look then to see what I did in my second season. That's going to be a tough one to beat. Dad, I also saw Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
I didn't sell him to West Ham, though, who then go on and knock me out of both cup competitions, which we didn't think about actually when it happened. I sold him elsewhere, but I didn't get anywhere near as much money as what you did. You got close to 6. Well, you did get
62 million I had, yeah.
Yeah, I only got 39.
But West Ham came in from 3 or 4 times, so I kept on bumping it up. But I think it started off around about 30 million.
Yeah, so I took the money and scampered £39 million, but then I also took another 30 million for Visa, and then the season, well, just before that, another 31 million for Norgard.
Yeah.
So I got £90 million just off the bat straight away. And if you remember rightly, in my universe, Brighton were relegated in the first season.
Yeah.
And you had Matoma score against you. Well, I signed Matoma. I love Matoma. I think he's phenomenal. 27 years of age, so he's still good for a few years as well. Japanese left winger. He's absolutely exceptional. And for £38 million, I will happily take that.
I think that's the difference between me and you as well. You take notice of what teams get relegated, and then you think, who's their best players, and you go hunting from them.
You take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You'd never get him for 38 else.
It doesn't occur to me at all. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, why didn't I look at things like that? But that's the experience for you, isn't it?
Exactly. That's one of the first things I look at after how I got on.
Yeah.
Was who else got relegated.
Yeah.
I also signed Brian Zaragoza from Granada. £12 million release clause. Now, never really used this guy, but he's only 23, can play naturally on both wings. Again, it's typical for the type of formation that I want to play. I want to have wingers who can play both sides.
Yeah.
Matoma is very restricted to the left, but Brian Zaragoza can help on both sides. He hasn't played a game yet, but I think he will come in handy across the season. But that's not all, because I also spent £105 million as well. After the rest of the players were... I signed another Brighton player. I mean, it was near the end of the transfer... August. Baleba, centre mid. This one's one for the future. This is a centre midfielder who can also play CDM. He's very good. He just needs the game time. He's only 2-star right now compared to the rest of my side, but he has the great potential, which I tried loaning him out and nobody wanted him. Now, he's £23 million for Brighton. I signed him for 25. He's played 3 games so far, and I'm trying to get him to play as many games as possible. Now, I noticed a weakness as well when I went into the second season. After selling Ivan Toney, I went for Lorenzo Colombo. That's not the weakness I was on about. Lorenzo Colombo comes in as what I would like to see as my main striker. He likes to beat the offside trap. He's good with both feet, left footed, good pace, good off the ball, great finishing. He's got 2 goals in 4 games so far. £10 million is not too bad.
Good signing for a good striker.
Yeah. My weakness that I noticed was the centre-backs.
Yeah.
I thought, right, okay, going into the second season, I need to strengthen up my defence. So I went for 2 good centre-backs, starting off with Per from Torino, the Dutch 24-year-old. I think he looks fantastic. Got some really good attributes there. He's great on the ball, good passing, can even hit a long shot if we really want him to. For £25 million, I think that's a good signing. Then I also went for Mark Gahi. I never know how to say his name. Never know. But anyway, I signed him from Crystal Palace, £45 million. Did Crystal Palace get relegated? They did.
There you go.
See again.
Yeah.
He was very cheap compared to what you can usually pay for him. £45 million. That's a steal in my opinion. It's a good signing, and I'm keeping the same tactic. Change a couple of player roles. Obviously, I've gone for an advanced forward at the front now with Colombo. Baleba in that box-to-box midfielder role, and that is because if I went best 11 pick, he wouldn't be there, and neither would Colombo. Shade comes in, and De Silva goes there. So imagine those two are different. The rest of the team I was kind of happy with the rotation of that. Raya is also back in mine. Arsenal never activated the release clause of Raya in mine either. Schedule-wise, it's been a lot better than my start for last season.
Yeah.
I lost, unfortunately, in the Community Shield just on penalties. Never mind.
You don't mind losing that one, do you?
Nah, not at all. Wolves 3-1, a good start of the season. Bournemouth 3-2. 1-0 against Aston Villa and 2-0 against Luton. Again, I haven't played anybody really good. Aston Villa is a great victory.
The Villa result is your best result, especially away.
Absolutely. Got a difficult September again because I'm in Europa League now, of course. So, I mean, you got Champions League next season. I'm in Europa League this season. Freiburg, Lugano, Astana, Frankfurt. Favorite German team. Everybody was out with their bingo cards. Yes, I said it. Come on. Mostar, I've never heard of them. Oh, from Bosnia. And then we got Dinamo Zagreb ending with Napoli. So that's, hopefully I would have qualified by then.
Yeah,
I should have.
Yeah.
Should have definitely qualified. Okay, season number 2. 81 points on a 3rd place finish. That's going to be really tough to beat. But I'm okay because I've got the advantage early with that FA Cup win. I just need to build on that. Get anywhere close to Europe, even another Europa League finish would be absolutely fantastic. Let's see how I do. Gosh! I matched the position.
Ooh, that was close.
So 0 points either way there, but I didn't get as many points as you. So you do take a slight advantage in that total points tally towards the bonus 3 points there. But yeah, when I seen the third place, I was like, oh, wow, how funny is that?
It's still only 6 points though. That's not a lot though, is it?
No,
really?
not at all. I finished on 75. Liverpool won the league. Chelsea just behind. I finished above the likes of Man City and Man United, who was doing amazing in your save. Going down, I don't think I can steal many players in those ones, but we'll see. Maybe I will. Lorenzo Colombo got 19 goals, which is good. Nowhere near as many as the goals that we're seeing possibly on your side of things.
Yeah.
Kevin Shade with 11 assists there is not bad at all. But other than that, I mean, I don't know how I've managed to do it, really. Just consistency, I guess, because I lost 9 games. So you only lost 5. I lost 9. Drew 6 and won 23. So yeah, somehow I think just the teams below me just didn't do very well.
Yeah, they let me down.
Yeah.
Because I felt I was going to do better than you there. I couldn't see you getting second or first.
No. Competitions. Maybe I want another cup, though.
Bloody Carabao Cup now.
I was ever so close as well from a Europa League finish. Beaten in the final by Atalanta.
The Cup King carries on, doesn't he?
He does.
The Cup King carries on.
So close to that one.
I can't win cups, so there's no going to be looking at that.
Atalanta in the final. That's a difficult one to come up against. They got Skamaka, they got Coop Miners. The 2 players who scored are 2 of their best players.
Yeah.
They got a fantastic side there. They even got your player, look, Quarter, who obviously is playing for you. Kefren Turan got 2 goals for me, so that's unfortunate. Semi-final, I actually knocked out Aston Villa. In the quarter-final was Lens in France. Round of 16 was Trabzonspor 7-2. That one was. Did I play the knockout playoff round? I didn't, and that's because the league phase I finished in second, only losing 1 game.
Against your favourite team.
Against my favourite team, Frankfurt. Gifted them a win. But there we go. So, Carabao Cup, though, did pick up the win.
6-1 against Villa. Villa.
How many
So
times I played Villa this
So you
season?
knocked them out of Europe,
Yeah.
and then you stuffed them in the final.
Yeah. 6-1 against Aston Villa in that final. So, great season, to be honest. Knocked Man City out the semi-final. Quarter-final, Liverpool. I had a tough round.
Oh, you went the hard way, didn't you?
Yeah. So, there we go. I mean, FA Cup, 5th round by Liverpool, but never mind. I'll take that. That's a cracking season all around. My goals, that's a lot better from Colombo. 27 goals there, 18 from Mbuemo. Even the support acts are getting more than what they did last season. Even Matoma getting 11 and 14 there is really good. Baleba has grown and developed. He played 61 games this season, which is the most.
Every game, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, David Raya played 63, so I'd imagine he played the most.
Yeah.
Balaban probably had a couple of suspensions, I'd imagine. But he has developed quite nicely. That's good. Hopefully he can become a first-team player next season without me having to lock him in next season. But I have got £49 million to spend next season.
So you're less than me, even though you've done well in Europe, then, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's have a look then. Dad's 3rd season, because I have took a bit of more of a lead now with another
2 cups
3
in the bag,
points.
Yeah, 2 cups in the bag.
Okay, let's go forward. The League Cup win sees the points tally go to Omega Luke 6, Omega Dad still with 1. Dad, your active 3rd season. Wow, you spent more money again.
Well, I'm building on this season. This season was all about just strengthening my squad.
Yeah.
Especially my defence.
Okay. I mean, the first signing was Oyhan Sanchez, really good centre midfielder.
Yeah.
You very rarely see him leave because Bilbao don't like to sell their players for very cheap because they can't buy anybody to replace them. So when they're good, they tend to go for a lot of money. That's cheap in my experience of how good he is.
Yeah.
Pascal Struijk, £42 million centre-back. Good signing, really.
Yeah.
26 from Belgium. And then Eric Garcia, Barcelona centre-back.
I was surprised I got this guy. When I went to Barcelona, I thought they ain't going to let him go. But they did. So 24.
I mean, you're in the Champions League now.
Yeah.
But £22 million is cheap.
Yeah.
You're right in that. Then you go to this season. Well, like after the crossing of the summer, £155 million on the outs.
Yeah. When Saudi come chasing. So when they come in big, you let them go, don't you?
Christopher Ayo went. Josh De Silva went. And Max Aarons, who you've only just signed, all for £23 million or above. Anthony Martial, you got on a free. You sold him for 14.
That, yeah.
King Lewis Potter for £6 million. Flecken's gone out for 13. Matthias Jensen for another 10. Quarter, you only just signed. You sold for £7.5 million. Now, again, you've got a couple of youngsters in here who you definitely didn't sign. But Miguel Gutierrez, you did. £33 million. That's a good left back.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
Pleased to get this guy in.
Although Rico Henry, I rate him. I really do rate him.
But like I said, I'm improving the squad, really. So
yeah,
if there's 2 players in that position, let them fight it out then.
All right. Simakan comes in. He's a class
He's another
player.
one, really. He can play centre-back and right-back.
Yeah.
And during the season, he played in both positions.
Yeah. This man, Yunus Musa, American international, plays centre midfield but can also play
good. There we go for the bingo guys. Good
squad player. Yeah. Quite a lot of money on him, though.
Yeah.
£15 million. Harvey Elliott on loan.
I got him dirt cheap. I was surprised they let him go, really.
Yeah, he's hell of
I
a good
am struggling with my loan signings and now I'll work it out, but this one I did get in good. It was a good deal.
Yeah, you're not paying any monthly loans.
No.
You got a loan future fee option of £154 million if you want to spend that.
Nah, there you go. That's why I got him. But
yeah.
I think that, to me, was a hell of a signing.
Yeah. This one isn't.
This is where I still figured it right.
Because he isn't great, if I'll be honest.
I was getting him in because he covers my wingers, he covers my striker and all that, but I think I paid a lot of money for him, really.
Yeah, 300 grand monthly cost, so £2.7 million. I mean, it's not the worst deal in the world, but you ain't going to play him much.
No.
Tactically, did you keep the tactic that you got 3rd in? No, you changed it again.
Yeah. Changed it again. So
wow, another one for the bingo card. Dad changes tactics.
I just thought about. I've got a better team in defences, sort of thing. So I wanted to defend it a little bit more, be a bit more harder to beat. But I mean, Elliott and Smith Rowe in the midfield and Torres there as well. I thought that's a good solid midfield, and then go for it that way. So
okay,
I was quite pleased with this.
I thought you would have changed your striker this season.
Yeah.
I thought you don't. I know what you're like. You like a striker to have like 30, 40 goals a season.
Yeah.
And when you didn't have one which was like an outstanding one, I thought, I know full well he's going to... I just know he's going to buy another striker. And you didn't. You did surprise me.
I needed to strengthen the defence up. You can't... If you're conceding goals, you're going to lose, aren't you?
I'll put my mortgage on you buying a striker next season. I definitely will.
We'll wait and see, won't we?
So, how have you got on at the start of the season? Not bad. You only lost one game there to Manchester City with Erling Haaland scoring 2. beat
I mean,
Arsenal
beating Arsenal,
1-0.
beating Chelsea, that's 2 good results,
Yeah, you had
really.
a difficult start,
Yeah.
didn't you? 2-1 nils as well. 94th minute winners. That's a great way to start your season.
Yeah.
But then you got Liverpool right after. You've literally
Yeah.
played like
I mean, that's unbelievable start, isn't it?
4 of the hardest teams.
And then into Milan as well.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
that as well.
Bloody hell. Right, okay. So your Champions League fixtures: Inter, Sociedad, Lyon, Ajax, Graz, Club Brugge, Bayern Munich and Leipzig at the end. The 2 German teams
I'd
right
like to
at the
think
end there.
I'd like to think I'll go through.
Yeah.
There's a few games that I should definitely win.
Yeah, you
which I think will put me
100%
high
you should
enough.
definitely finish in that playoff
Yeah.
spot where you go into the extra game, but you might stand a chance of actually finishing the top 8.
Yeah.
Because, you get a good result against Inter Milan at home. I fancy you against these 4-5 teams, really.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then
that puts you in it then, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see how you get on in the 3rd season of Dad's rebuild of Brentford. 3rd season, 2nd place. Just
improving.
a step above.
I'm still improving, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had that little blip, didn't I?
Yeah.
But I don't think I could catch them anyway. I think they stayed top all the way through, Man City, so...
I mean, yeah, you were highest you got
never
was
got-
2nd. They were top from
Yeah,
a,
so I was
from a
chasing the
long
whole
period of
season,
time.
really, so...
Yeah.
I've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
You got beat by Man United there, but stepped back up against Everton, beat Burnley, beat Newcastle, and you're
then
back in
stayed there
2nd
again.
place. So you've done really well there, to be fair. Profile of the league after 83 points. Remember that as well,
Yeah.
83.
I still
So
only lost the
81
same
up
amount
to
of games as
83.
the team that won the league, though.
Yeah, 7 losses
Yeah.
in total. Most of them were away games as well. You only lost at home once
Yeah.
to Bournemouth. Mayoral managed to get 21 goals this season. I reckon he's definitely buying another striker. I just know it. Roslev, all those right backs you bought, and the one you had to begin with
Yeah.
is starting the game and gets the most assists, just joint with Ødegaard. So Wolves have relegated plus qualified for Europa League, which tells me they've won a cup.
So that's 1 cup less than I can win.
Yeah. What have you managed to do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Quarter-final of the Carabao, 4th round of the FA Cup, quarter-final of the Champions League. Only knocked out by Bayern Munich, which is unfortunate.
It's a shame, really, but then...
2-1 nils as well.
Yeah.
Round of 16, knocked out PSG.
That's a hell of a result, isn't it?
Yeah. And Benfica in the knockout playoff round. Not bad. So the league phase, you did finish in this area, which we had predicted you would.
Yeah.
You lost 3 games to Bayern Munich, again, unfortunately. Sociedad and Inter Milan. You drew to Club Brugge and Ajax. But
2
you
bad
beat,
games.
Yeah. You beat Leipzig, Graz, and Lyon there.
Yeah.
3 games you would expect to win.
So PSG finished top of the group, and that's the team I knocked out.
Yeah, it's not bad at all,
No.
really, is it? Who went on to win the final there? Man City beat Barcelona. Wow. Very close season.
Yeah.
You might have got a point for the highest league position and obviously the most points, but you're not catching those cup wins that I'm
No,
getting
that's
now.
the problem,
yeah.
isn't it?
29 goals for Mayoral. You are
It's a good
signing
sign.
it. You're signing
That's a
it.
good signing, though, isn't it? I think I just signed him, and he's
He's
spending
doing all
29
right.
for me.
But I know full well, right? Look. Obviously, we don't know how each other has done.
No, we haven't seen it at all, have we?
I'm looking in your head right now. Oh, he's 29. He's worth £69 million. I can get that. I'm going to offer him out. Just know full well. And the fact that Buemo's wanted by Saudi and you're seeing another £81 million and he's only 3-star, I know he's gone as well. That's my predictions for Dad's season number 4. We'll see if that comes into fruition or not. But your transfer budget, though, yeah, they're definitely gone because you are not happy with just 16 million. You're also losing David Raya.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper gone. Wow, was he a starting goalkeeper? He was as well.
Yeah. So I've got to get myself a keeper.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's have a look then at my season and see if I can counteract what you've just done there, finishing 2nd place. Before we have a look at how I got on in my 3rd season, let me tell you all about the wrestling event that I'm hosting for charity. That's right, if you can get yourself down to Saltash, which is just outside of Plymouth, on the very edge of Cornwall there, just across the Tamar Bridge for Tamar Community Wrestling. It's a wrestling promotion that I have started for charity. We're doing the Keep Me Close Foundation for Plymouth Hospital's charity. We've raised over £500 thanks to you guys already.
Yeah,
the
thank you
links
very
are at the top of the description, but we'd love to see more of you actually at the event. Dad's going to be there. Even editor Sid is coming along, so you can come and say hello to the whole family, really. Watch some wrestling. It's a great entertainment. I'll be wrestling, hopefully, if my shoulder gets better and I avoid any more injuries. I will be wrestling on the card, as well as some fantastic wrestlers, including former NXT UK wrestler Tate Mayfair. So it's going to be a fantastic event. I've got some other events coming up as well. If you'd you'd like to come along, please either DM me on social media, Instagram or Twitter. I read most of them, to be fair, or leave it down in the comments and hopefully me or Dad will see it and I can help you in a direction to buy some tickets. But thank you for everybody who has donated so far to the Tamar Community Wrestling donation page for the Keep Me Close Foundation. Now, Dad, I did make a little bit of money. I sold £73 million worth. Josh to Silva for 30. We've got Zaragoza going for 22. You didn't even play him that much. No. And Jensen already left for 21 because he was a loan to buy. And I spent quite well, I think. Not a lot, but I bought in 2 players, 2 midfielders. Amadou Onana from Everton for £54 million. That's a good signing.
It is a good signing, yeah.
24, he's a bit of a ball-winning midfielder in that role, but he's got a lot of pace, a lot of stamina. 6'4", he's a towering figure. He's got a goal and assist as well already at Everton. So, Premier League proven. I think that's a good sign for £54 million. And then Javi Guerra for £61 million. This guy's fantastic. He looks like a bit of a pillow snugger, but telling you now,
he just needs an haircut.
The guy's got talent.
Mate, I mean, what's his pace like?
14 for pace.
Imagine how quick he would be if he had a haircut.
Exactly, yeah. That's 18 at least.
Yeah.
Good with both feet, runs the ball through centre, arrives late in opposition's area. Those are the attributes I really like. Fantastic player, only 22 for £61 million. I'm really liking that signing right now.
Sold a good sides.
Yeah, sold a couple of midfielders and bought these 2 guys in. So tactically, changed it ever so slightly in player roles, but not anywhere else. 2 centre midfielders on attack now, and I haven't nailed any players in. I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
A lot of my goals will come from these 2 both arriving late in the area, because Thuram also gets into opposition area. They're both going to be arriving late when cutbacks from Matoma and Buemo or Columbus run wide.
One of the first times I've seen you play 2 midfielders in the same role.
Do you think?
Yeah, you don't very often do that, do you?
I used to quite a lot, but not a lot in this version of Football Manager. But yeah, I feel like it's going to work me quite well. So still balanced mentality as well. So we're still trying to look to defend, because I'm like Dad, I'm not afraid of the support roles. I'm very much for them. Dad is very much against them, as you've seen from his previous tactics. You either attack or defend, but no, I'm not discriminating against that support role. Schedule, it's been good so far. 3 3-0 wins.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Forest, West Ham and Brighton, who have come back up after I stole a couple of their players. Mitoma didn't score against them, unfortunately. No, he didn't. Champions League fixtures. Let's have a look at my Champions League fixtures going into the season. Monaco, Lazio, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Red Star, Marseille, Atletico Madrid and Dortmund. I've got a harder run.
You should qualify from that.
Hey?
Yeah, you should qualify from that.
Stick your glasses on, old man. You seeing the teams we got against you? I mean, straight away, the 2 Madrid sides is going to be difficult. But then Dortmund at the end. Lazio's always tricky. At Stadio
I bet you finished higher than I did.
The trouble is, all of my hard games are away.
Yeah.
You know, I've got Lazio away from home. Atletico Madrid away from home. I've got Dortmund at home. That's not too bad. But yeah, I've got some tricky ones, which I'd like to win. The Red Bull Leipzig one. Red Bull Arena. They're all going to be harder because they're away from home.
Yeah.
If they were played in Brentford, then I'd think, okay, maybe I can get a result there. But, well, all right, well, I guess we'll have to find out and see whether I will qualify or not. But the season started off very well. Let's see how it finishes. I've got a 2nd place finish there with how many points? Neither of us can remember.
83?
We'll have a look. 83, something like that. We'll have a look in a sec. All right, season number 3. You beat me. Beat the position.
And points as well.
And by points. Yeah, it was 83 points. 75 I only managed to get, unfortunately. I did have 3 top scorers, though. One of them, Javi Guerra.
Yeah.
I mentioned it, didn't I? That centre midfield on attack roll. Okay, my league position, 3rd place, I'd still absolutely take. It's a fantastic season for Brentford in Season 3. Yeah. Remember, we're only in Season 3 for Brentford here. They're not a top 6 club or anything. I think both of us are really outperforming what we'd expect to have done with this side. 9 losses, unfortunately. Some big ones in there as well, but only 6 draws. A couple of 0-0, a few
usually
nil-nils.
when we do like a 5-year build, we build for Season 4 and 5, don't we?
Yeah.
So we've to be where we are in Season 3.
Yeah.
Doing really well, I think.
Haven't got anybody in the highest ones there outside of David Raya in the clean sheets. He got the 2nd highest behind Ederson. And Aaron Hickey got the joint highest amount of yellow cards, which is surprisingly low.
Yeah.
10 yellow cards.
Yeah.
I think there's some players in the Premier League this season who've already got 10.
Probably, yeah.
10 yellow cards. So, all right, that is quite surprisingly low. Everybody was nice to each other this year. Or the referees were actually decent.
Yeah.
It's probably the earlier one. Competitions, then. Did I manage to win anything outside of this 3rd place finish, which is not actually a victory? Oh, runner-up in the Carabao Cup.
That's helped me out.
But semi-final of the Champions League. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
AC Milan, they beat me 6-5, and I was ahead in the first leg. If I got to the Champions League final with Brentford in season 3,
that'd have been unbelievable.
Yeah, we would have just called it a day there. And season 3 ended. Never mind. Don't matter what Dad has done outside of that. Final was won though by Chelsea in extra time, who annoyingly finished higher than in the league.
Yeah.
So that would have been a good one for me. 5th round in the FA Cup by Arsenal. Runner-up in the Carabao Cup by Arsenal.
Oh, I've done it twice.
Annoying.
That was a good season for me, point-wise.
Yeah, definitely. 20 goals from Colombo, Matoma, and Guerra. I'm kind of like, well, Guerra's the only one out of those 3 who's had a good season there.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, 20 goals for a wing is kind of harsh, saying that's not good from Matoma.
But you'd expect him to have more assists, though, I think.
Yeah. Colombo should be getting more than 20.
Yeah.
And he's wanted. So we might be saying goodbye to Colombo. Maybe I'll bring back Ivan Toney or something. I don't know. Thuram's doing quite well still. Yeah, we got 12 assists there from Rico Henry. My transfer budget for next season is £60 million. Not bad.
No.
Not bad. All right. First off, though, let's have a look at the points tally. Then we'll see how Dad's got on in season number 4. With Dad finishing in 2nd position, he's gained 1 more point, seeing the total score currently at Omega Luke with 6. Omega Dad with 2. Get your bingo cards ready. We'll be crossing them off right now. 183 minutes, which was last season's, to be fair. There's just a couple of additions which are added on because they were in the June before the crossover period.
Yeah.
Awonyi has left. Your first signing has gone to Wolves for 16 million, the striker. And Visa has also left, which was another striker. And what did I tell you? Season number 4 will be the year of the strikers for Dad. And I was right. First one came in, Marcus Leonardo, £18 million. It's a good signing.
Yeah.
And it's cheap.
And he's only 23 as well, and it's cheap.
Just signed for Benfica in real life.
Yeah.
And scored a few goals as well. So he's done quite well. Good start. Football Manager knows, remember.
Played 4 and scored 3 already.
Yeah. Vanderson from Arsenal. £40 million for a right back.
I like my right backs, don't I?
I think that's like the 7th one you've got this video.
I was just improving each time.
Okay. Right. Pens ready? Of course you did.
Of course I did. Got to get me buy-in, ain't I? Mate, I'm in trouble here. I need some help. I'll be there, boss. And he's in.
So is Ruben Neves.
But he's free as well.
You just love a free transfer, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do. Ruben Neves on free as well. We always talk about Ruben Neves, didn't we?
Yeah.
Got him in. This guy on a freebie as well. Christ almighty. What a midfield I got.
Lucas Torreira. You love ex-Arsenal players, don't you? You always sign ex-Arsenal players. It's really funny to me.
So they're all free signings. That's hell of a good signings, isn't it? You've got to admit, haven't you?
Yeah,
come
great.
on.
Then you also sold another 146 million. Roslev went for 41. Simakan, you only just signed him.
Yeah.
£40 million. Rico Henry. So there's all the fullbacks I was on about how good they were at Brentford, and you just got rid of them.
Yeah.
£25 million for him. You got Ethan Pinnock, who's gone for £13 million. Norgard's gone. So's Damsgaard. A lot of guards there, aren't they? But they're all Danish because of the link that they've got in Denmark. Then £64 million on a new goalkeeper, but he is good.
Yeah.
Restes.
21 I was pleased again with this guy.
Yeah, you lost David Ray, didn't you? Yeah. So £64 million. It's not bad. He's conceded 4 and 4 already, but got 2 clean sheets.
Yeah.
Sergio Arribas has come in.
Another
Centre
good
attack midfielder.
Yeah, good squad player as well.
So you get one on a free, and then you sign another one anyway.
I'm just putting players in there and a reserve in there. Both good. If I get an injury, I ain't got to worry about it, have I?
No way have you signed another right back.
But he plays centre back as well, though.
You signed 2 right backs for 40 million in the same window, and then a centre back.
Yeah. Who plays left-sided. So my defence now is absolutely solid, isn't it?
Also bloated.
If I get injuries, I've got no problems whatsoever.
Let's see how bloated your team is. It's not as bad as what I thought it was, if I'm honest. Maybe because so many players leave on free contracts,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Okay, tactic. You haven't changed it.
Nope.
Yes, you have. You changed the player roles.
Have I?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of support ones in, have I?
Yeah, you've added some support roles. So let's see. I know what you've done as well. I know full well this is exactly because I know you too well. I think I know you more than what you know yourself. Because if I went best 7, that's your best 11 pick. You've done it. Kessie hasn't gone in there, and you've gone, how do I get Kessie in there? Right, well, his best role is the ball-winning midfielder.
Yeah, I did.
Knew it. Know it so well.
It was swapping with Neves all the time, and I thought, no, I want you two to be in there, and I want you both of you in there. So I just looked at Kessie's best role, put it in there, then put the best 11 after that and see who came up. As long as Kessie was in my team, I was playing it.
Dad is a man who chooses to play a role to the player and not to the tactic.
I got faith in my man Frank. He does the business for me.
All right, okay. That's the reason why that other video where you had like 7 attacking advanced playmakers, it's because they were all just good at being a playmaker. Okay, so...
But when you look at that midfield, though, that's solid, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, brilliant. How much wages are they all on? 160 Ruben Neves. Kessie's on 140. It's quite lower than what I thought, if I'll be honest. Torreira is on 105.
See, I wasn't going mad on it.
Smith Rowe 130. I am surprised it was only one striker. You've really shocked me at how the lack of strikers that you signed.
To be honest with you, I got one striker in and I had 2 or 3 good strikers in and around him, and I'll just keep them then.
Yeah.
So
all right, Mayoral is still around and he's wanted as well. And Buemo didn't leave.
No.
I'm shocked with that one.
Yeah.
I am shocked with that one. You didn't surprise me that you signed one, but I thought you would have got rid of one.
Once I got Marcos Leonardo in, I just thought, well, my strike force is done, really.
Okay.
3 good strikers.
Your fixtures then. You started off against Manchester United, who won the league twice in your universe, and you beat them 2-1. So it's a good start. Yeah. You also beat Tottenham 3-0. Pretty easy game, really. Lost to Liverpool 3-2.
I wasn't too disappointed with that. That was an odd game, so at Anfield as well. I'll
Stuff
take that.
Blackburn in their promotion to the Premier League there, and beat Leeds in the Cup only on penalties. Champions League, though. So have you won a competition yet? You haven't, have you?
No.
You haven't won a cup?
Well, nothing.
No. But you've come ever so close in the league, finishing in 2nd place. Lyon, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Galatasaray, Randers, Salzburg, Inter and Ajax is a hard end.
Yeah.
You got an easy-ish middle there.
Yeah.
Difficult-ish
I'll still
start.
be disappointed if I don't qualify.
Yeah, I would be too if I were you. All right, then. Season number 4. What can you do? Let's have a look. Oh, you done it! Oh, on the same points as well.
Mate, when I get Frank Kessie in, I win the league.
It's annoying how
three
many
leagues
times
I've won now with Frank Kessie in my team.
You lost 7 again. You're the same record as Newcastle, which is quite surprising. You almost chucked it away as well, because they drew their last game of the season and you lost, which is quite funny, really. So that's 4 points straight off the bat for winning the league. Well done.
I had more points last season. I had 83 points last season.
Yeah, total points. Yeah, you've only got 81 this time round. Mayoral managed to get 21. No sign of Marcos Leonardo. Gutierrez did get the highest amount of assists. Mayoral got the highest amount of player of the matches, and Restes got the 2nd amount of clean sheets, only behind Cobel with 18, and Spurs finishing 6th place. So that's quite good for you. Let's have a look then. Cup competitions. You've won the Premier League already, and you've also won the FA Cup.
Get in. Frank Kessie in a team, boy.
Domestic double, defeating Arsenal in the final.
Yes.
Well done. Inacio own goal. It was cheating, was it? Match fixing. And Mayoral with a 68th minute winner. You are 1-0 down to Bukayo Saka's first half goal. Vanderson, which was one of your 8 right backs you decided to pick for that game, won man of the match as well. Fair enough, Dad. Domestic double. That's going to be hard to beat. You've got 3 points for the league win, 4 points for the Premier League win, 7 points off the bat, and 81 points total.
Good season for me.
Yeah. Let's have a look then. Squad-wise, you got 28 goals from Mayoral, 25 from Mbuemo. That's a good season for him.
Yeah.
30 million. Does that mean he was listed? Or you did try and get rid of him?
Yeah.
I knew I went that far off. You did try and get rid of him. Smith Rowe with 15. Marcos Leonardo with only 15. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, he let me down, I think.
He's gone then because he's won by Saudi. We might as well say goodbye to Marcos Leonardo, everyone. He's gone. And then your transfer budget for next season's 46. 100% he's gone. There's no way that you're only going to accept that amount.
Disappointed with that.
I know. That's why that's why you're going to be selling him. You're going to be wanting a better striker than that. If he ain't cutting it, he's gone. Okay, so that's going to be very difficult to beat. 81 points plus a Premier League and FA Cup win.
So where did I finish in the league and the Champions League?
In the Champions League, round of 16, you were knocked out by Real Madrid 7-3. You played the knockout playoff, knocking Chelsea out. And in the league phase, you scraped it.
Just qualified, didn't I?
Yeah, 3 losses there to Salzburg, Galatasaray, away from home.
Welcome to hell.
There you go for the bingo card. 3 draws there for Ajax, Inter Milan, and Atletico Madrid. And 2 wins, Randers and Lyon. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one for me to beat. FA Cup, Premier League, 81 points. Let's see what I can do. Now, I also spent quite a lot of money, but it was on a lot less players. I think what I was doing then is just buying first-team players that would just improve my lineup. And I did sell a couple of players too.
Yeah.
Nathan Collins went to Bournemouth for 41 up to 46 million pound, and I also sold 165 million pounds worth of players, including Pershers, Matoma, and Colombo. 3 players I only brought in the first couple of seasons. They all left and all went to Saudi Arabia for a lot of bloody money. The players I brought in though, Callum Owendo was the first one I got in, 59 million pound. That's an upgrade to my striking role up front. Likes beat the old side trap, very pacey, nice and quick. 4 goals and 1 assist so far in the Premier League. Great start for him from my most hated team in the world, Rennes. Then I signed your mate Christian Romero.
I'm always glad to see him.
72 million pound, but
he
is fantastic.
He's hell of a defender, but he's just hot-headed, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got 20 aggression on here for a reason.
When he keeps his calm in the Spurs side, he is brilliant.
Yeah.
But you know he just can't keep it for very long.
Nope. 72 million pound for him. I think it's a good pickup on this because he definitely improved my centre-back role. Then 2 players. Rodrigo Gomez from Braga was another release clause. Picked him up for that right-hand side. Can also play right wing-back or right-back if I need to. And then finally, isn't it funny, eh?
Yeah, we both picked the same player.
Both picked up Emil Smith-Rowe. Now, remember, we don't know how each other did, so we never knew who signed who. And I've got Emil Smith-Rowe a few seasons later than what you did, but I did pick him up for 56 million. He moved to Barcelona after season 2 or 3 on loan for a loan to buy. 56 million, but he's got a goal and 2 assists so far for me already. Tactically, I've stuck exactly how it was last season, but Baleba got him back in the lineup to play every single game. It's a risk because Onana is amazing.
Yeah.
But if this guy reaches his maximum potential, he will be the best midfielder on my team. It's just getting him there.
Yeah.
It's just getting him there. I know he has a fantastic potential.
Hopefully he
in the
gets
game.
in season 6.
Yeah. Well, I know I'll get a huge budget season 6. That's just the story of my life. So that's the lineup. If I did best 11 pick, as you can see, Onana goes in. We've got the rest of the team as you probably expect it. Smith-Rowe goes on the left-hand side there. Callum Owendo starts up top. Shade's actually been really good for me and progressed quite nicely. So he's played quite a few games the last couple of years and done well. So I don't mind him playing on that right-hand side, even though I did bring in Rodrigo Gomez. They can fight it out, and Buemo was there as well. They can all fight it out for that position. Now, schedule, not the best starts. I beat Brighton 5-0, but I lost to Aston Villa 1-0. Beat Norwich and then drew to Manchester United. So it's a bit of a ropey start there.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm in the Champions League. I'm off chasing your championship win, your Premier League title win. My Champions League fixtures, though, are much easier than yours. By far easier than yours. Especially like those first 6 games there, I'd expect to probably win every single one, maybe bar 1 with a bit of a hiccup. And then the last 2, I'd probably already qualify from then. And then, obviously, Paris Saint-Germain, you can just add the win because I'll qualify upon that. Yeah. So, season number 4, let's see how I get on. Can I match Dad's title-winning team of the 2026-27 season? Let's find out. I did.
And more points as well.
And I got more points.
Ay, ay, ay.
So after that bit of a ropey start, as you can see, I go all the way up to 2nd place, jumped into 1st, back down to 2nd, but there, I just carried on.
Yeah.
And I never looked down since. I lost 5 games, drew 7. I had more points than you there, 85. Arsenal chased me all the way to the end. They were very good, but I was just too far ahead. And they almost, well, they had a great, end of the season there, as you can see, because Tottenham were 2nd majority of the season. They were actually top for the times where I weren't, so it was an even worse season for you, really. Man United finished 11th in mine.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's our manager now? Constance from Porto, so there we go. But yeah, it was a great season. Callum Owendo only got 17 goals, so Erling Haaland was the Golden Boot winner with 25. He also had the most highest average rating. David Raya, though, got 18 clean sheets, and that's probably the reason why.
You managed to keep him, Mark. He wanted to go with me, didn't he?
Yeah, I think just for the sake of offering him new contracts at the right period of time, I think I might have how I did it. Romero, no surprise. The most yellow cards, but it's definitely worth it because it's helped me win the league with them, and that's fantastic. So I've matched that. But you did win the cup. You won the FA Cup. Did I manage to match that at all? No.
Got some points back at you then.
Yeah, so you did gain some points back there, but the 4 points winning the league, no. And also, I had more points for actually in the league for that final bonus 3 points. Round of 16 by PSG. They beat me 4-3 on aggregate there. Knockout playoff round, I did play and I beat Celtic 6-1, which meant my league phase was not as good as what I was hoping. Lost 3 games, didn't lose to PSG. No.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did lose to both Valencia and Roma, which was annoying. And I drew 0-0 to PSG in Paris. And I won 4 games by Leverkusen 5-0. Porto 5-0, 7-0 he said.
I mean, that's the games you expected to win, isn't it?
Yeah. So squad-wise, 29 goals from Calamuendo. That's better, especially because Thuram got 23 and 8. Fantastic season for him, and he's developed quite nicely. As I mentioned, he gets better and better at the start of the season. He looks fantastic for me. Emile Smith-Rowe was a great signing, really. 15 goals, 12 assists. Javi Guerra was great. Yeah, can't complain much about this season. Maybe Baleba could have done a little bit better. That would be my only concern, really. I was hoping he'd progress even further than what he did, but never mind. Transfer budget, 57. They've been very consistent for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my season number 4. We'll have a look at the points tally and then have a look at Dad's season 5. With the very entertaining season, with both of us winning the Premier League, but Dad winning the FA Cup. The scores are now Omega Luke with 10, Omega Dad with 9. Now, I said earlier I put my mortgage on a big striker signing, but I definitely didn't anticipate this. I was still correct, don't get me wrong. But Dad, you started off the window selling a couple of players. Oyhan Sanchez went to Manchester City for £40 million, so it's a bit of a profit. Then you sold another 228 million and spent 338. This is Brentford.
What a team, eh? When you get into these positions in the league, that's what they become, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the players that you sold, Torreira for £15 million, another 2 players to Man City for nearly a combined £100 million there. Pascal Struijk for 32. 2 more players to Al Ali there, so you're absolutely destroying their transfer budget, including Mbuemo for 15 million. I mentioned how I think he would be on the chopping block.
Yeah.
He is gone. The striker I thought would go didn't, Marcus Leonardo. He seems to be stuck around. However, there are some new striker signings, which we'll have a look at. But first off, another one that you always expect with a Dad rebuild, Rodri Banez in that 5th season for a free transfer. Of course, the centre-back from Saudi Arabia. He's not Saudi Arabia, he's Brazilian, but from Saudi Arabia. Is a good centre-back.
I love this player as a defender, so get him in.
Yeah.
On a freebie, what more do you want?
Who'd have guessed? He likes him, does he? Alan Velasco, £50 million.
Yeah.
Good player, though.
Good winger, yeah. Definitely.
Cracking player.
Yeah.
Argentinian, nice. Scalvini, one of my favourite. 90 million as well.
That's a good signing, isn't it?
He's good, though.
Yeah.
And he's developed lovely in this as well. So that's a cracking centre-back
Just strengthen everything up for me, again.
Yeah, and the fact he's still at Atalanta is quite a big deal. Usually, he always goes to PSG.
Yeah.
In all the saves that I see him move, it's normally PSG. Then you've got, and this star striker that I was on about, El Yawahi, French.
Good striker, look at this, look.
I'll be honest, out of Calamuendo and Wahi, those are the 2 that I almost signed.
Yeah.
And I went for Calamuendo, so you went for the other option in Wahi.
Good, isn't it?
So yeah, quite funny that. £77 million. He didn't score that many last season, though.
He's already got 3, though.
But he's got 3 and 4 for you already. Lights beat the offside trap, a lot of pace, great at finishing. Sergi Reguilon, love bringing fullbacks, I think. Full of fullbacks. I don't think I've signed one.
Has he just gone to Burnley, though? Oh, no, it's Burnley he went to, isn't it? Where's he gone on loan, though?
I can't remember where he went. But he did just sign him from Burnley.
It might have been Brentford. He might have gone to Brentford on loan as well.
Yeah, he might have. Or was it? But I can't remember.
No.
Malik Thiaw, you picked for £80 million. Another centre-back.
Yeah.
So you got 3 centre-backs in this window alone.
My defence is solid now. So if I get an injury as well, they're good centre-backs as well in there.
Yeah,
Three
Ibanez,
good.
Scalvini.
And I don't care which 3 play then, or which
No.
2 play then, really.
No. And then Gyökeres, one of my favourites.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. He's a very good, powerful player. Work rate 19. Likes
So
the offside track.
I think I've got
strong.
3 or 4 good strikers now.
Yeah.
Really strong strikers.
Hasn't played a game for you yet, though. But he
Can
did
get-
sign on
can get-
deadline day.
yeah.
So it's £30 million. You were like, oh, I've got 30 million left. Who shall I sign? That's probably what it was.
Just went for another striker. Like you say, you know me too well with the strikers,
Yeah.
so I got him in.
Okay. Tactically, oh, he's changed. You just won the league and you changed. That's another bingo card, that one. Dad changed
I
his
looked
tactic.
at it and I thought, I've won the league. I'm going to go for the big one, the Champions League.
Okay.
So I thought, right, I'm going to sign strikers, big strikers. I've got my good defenders. Once I got the defenders in, I thought defence talks for itself, and I know my midfield's good.
Yeah.
So it was chasing the right strikers, and I felt I got them.
Yeah.
There we go. I've got them in.
All right. Wahi, Mayoral, Marcus Leonardo. That's your best 11 picks.
Yeah.
So Gyökeres is coming off the bench.
It wasn't even the best strike force I thought I was going to have up there. But
no. Arribas jumps in there, which just surprised me because Smith Rowe was so good for you last season. You still got the midfield of Neves and Kessie, Gutierrez and Vanderson, Ibanez, Scalvini.
And it wasn't back two. I thought I was going to be playing Navas.
No, absolutely not.
So it just goes to show how good this team could be.
Got £80 million signing just sat on the bench. Mental. All right, then. Let's have a look at your schedule so far. It's a good start, although you did draw in that first league game 2-2 with Leicester. And they had a player 95th minute they had a player sent off, but yeah, you and Kevin Shade, who they signed off of you, score against you, which doesn't surprise me there. You beat Newcastle in the Community Shield though, so that's a good win there.
Yeah.
Hull City 4-0, 1-0 against Brighton, 3-1 against Chelsea, and 6-2 against Middlesbrough. Is a great start. Your Champions League fixtures, you mentioned, that is your target for this season. Sporting, Sparta Prague, Monaco. All right, okay. Ending with Bayern Munich there at the end. There's a couple of... You've got 3 German teams in there. It's going to be quite difficult.
I'll be disappointed if I don't go through there.
Yeah.
I qualify automatically, I think.
I will be too. All right, let's see how you get on in this 5th and final season in a Brentford rebuild. Final season and you didn't win the league.
No, it was close.
Ooh, Man City pipped you to the post.
Yeah.
80 points. And you lost one towards the end of the season there as well. Only lost 6.
Yeah.
They lost more games than you just drew too many.
Yeah. We always say if you're playing a very attacking side, sometimes you do lose the silly games, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's what I've done there, I think.
That is the risk.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland's got 43.
Calvert-Lewin again, like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't touch him. That's why you can't touch Man City, isn't it?
No. I mean, these two combined doesn't even make Erling Haaland there, what he's managed to do. Unbelievable season. One of your right backs, which wasn't the right back that you were playing last season, is now playing, and he's got 15 assists there. Van der Bremt and Ruben Neves and Miguel Gutierrez is up there with the highest yellow cards. But other competitions you could do with another cup win here.
I need a cup, but I can also see Liverpool's won a cup.
They have. And I think Aston Villa has too.
Yeah.
So unless you won the Champions League... Oh! Oh, that is unfortunate.
I couldn't believe it. When I got to the final, I thought, oh, God, I could do this.
That's so unfortunate. Who beat you?
That's what made it even worse. What made it even worse? I couldn't believe me.
Is this still Eric Ten Hag? No. Hey, what's happened here?
They sacked the manager to win in the Champions League.
He actually got sacked. He just won the Champions League 2028 and he was sacked. I've never seen that.
Where did they finish in the league?
8th.
That's why they got sacked then, isn't it? But you win the Champions League and you get
Won
sacked.
the Champions League, you got sacked. 29th for the 5th. So when was the Champions League fixture? No, wait, they sacked him before it. 27th. No. He genuinely won the Champions League and 2 days later, gone. Maybe they're like, oh, you only beat Brentford in the final. That's
But
mental because he won it earlier on as well.
Brentford in the Champions League final.
Oh, yes, unbelievable. That's crazy.
Won the league 1 year, come second in the following year, and get on the Champions League.
Yeah. You lost one game in the league phase, Sporting.
So I was surprised with that one.
Drew 2 against the 2 big German sides and won 5. And they were quite comfortable as well, those fixtures. Then you went into the round of 16 and you knocked out Crystal Palace? That's one team I did not expect to see in the Champions League.
I couldn't believe when I was playing them.
No. Quarter-final, you knocked out Milan, AC Milan. That's a good result. And then semi-final, Real Madrid. Whoa. And you battered them too, 4-1.
When I won that game, I honestly thought it's in the bag.
Yeah.
To beat, that's the favourites, Real Madrid, isn't it?
Because
beat
Bellingham
them,
and
you think
Tchouaméni.
they won it the year before as well. Like.
Yeah.
So I thought, this is it. It's in the bag. I've got it. And it's only Man United.
And Eric Ten Hag in his last game. And you two both prevented an El Clasico final.
Yeah.
So we need to remember, second place finish, 80 points in total. You don't get any points for anything else, unfortunately. 24 goals from Wahi, 24 from Leonardo. Very good from Arribas, who I've never really used, to be fair, but he's done a good job for you. And he's transfer listed. You tried getting rid of him.
Well, to be honest with you, I felt Smith Rowe was a better in that position. But when I kept on putting it in my best 11, they kept on swapping it.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, the only way I'm going to do this is to sell him.
Well, you also tried selling Smith Rowe because he's also listed.
I wanted to get rid of one of them. I thought if I get rid of one of them and get good money in for them, I could buy someone else. But I just couldn't get rid of either of them. So all right, go with it. It was just annoying me every time I put my best lemon. It'd be the opposite around. I want Smith Rowe in there.
Oh,
Bugger it. I'll put both of them myself. Surely someone will buy one of them, and I ain't gonna argue about it then, am I?
You crack me up. We're going to put both save game files up for the Patreon and channel members, by the way, so make sure you check that out, as well as the podcast, of course, which is on both feeds. Your transfer budget, should anybody take this on Dad's side of things, is £64 million. You've got a lot of players who are wanted as well, and you're losing Mayoral, so if you're a dad, you're going to be looking to...
He's 31, though.
Yeah, to get in a new striker. Not to mention, obviously, you get the tactics when you get the save game files as well. But no points at all there.
No.
In regards to the actual verses against each other. However, 80 points added to the total, which could get you the 3 bonus. Now, if I don't win anything, that 3 bonus could really help you, and that could actually win the league.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, let's find out. Now, my final season, only one player left the club. Thuram went to Manchester City.
I'm surprised with that. I thought you had him in for your duration there.
Well, there is a reason, and I was open to selling him, as you can see there, 16th of July. On the 19th of July, I already had his replacement.
Yeah.
Scouted and sorted for less money, and I think he's a better player. Not as good finishing, but the rest of him, as an all-rounder, he's better.
He is good, yeah. Yeah, he is.
So 26 years of age.
If you can pick him up cheaply as well, it's definitely worth a buy now.
Absolutely, because I mean, I think Gladbach had a release clause if you're in the Champions League, which is the reason why I was able to activate it, which was quite a nice little addition there. But he was also wanted by Man City, so it was almost like if they ain't getting Thuram, they're going to go for Kone.
Yeah.
And I think Kone looked a better player all round outside of that finishing ability. So yeah, I mean, I was happy to sell him because I gained a little bit of money, and it's allowed me to sign other players as well because I didn't have too much in my transfer budget. Nyanzi coming as a free transfer. That's a good backup centre back there. I quite like that little signing. Gregor Kobel, we've already seen in this video, playing for Spurs in your universe. We're still at Dortmund, and I signed him for 41 million. So he now becomes my number 1.
Yeah.
Although I give him number 13. But still, he's a better goalkeeper in my opinion. Then finally, Thiago Medina, 15 million. I only had a little bit left. He looks good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Good backup striker there. Very
18
good.
years of age.
Just 18 years old. So if you do take it on Patreon or the channel members, let me know how this guy does. He's played 1 game with me so far and got 1 goal. That was off the bench as well. Now, tactically, kept it how it was, but I've changed back to a box-to-box midfielder in this position. So I have actually changed my tactics slightly. Yeah. I didn't go as drastic as what you did, win the league and then change everything. Just change a couple of roles, just a little bit, just to suit the players that I had coming in and going out, because now Manu Kone is not really a centre midfielder on attack anymore. He's a box-to-box, and that's what I've got him in there for. Guerra can be that centre midfielder on attack. He's got 13 for finishing, 15 for composure, a rise late in the opposition area, and Baleba comes in as that ball-winning midfielder without me having to put him in. Now, I do think this is a much better team that we started off with. Whether you think my team or Dad's team is better, let us know down in the comments section, of course. I mean, that's got nothing to do with the points that we're doing, but just opinions.
Yeah.
Whose team do you think looks better at the end? Whether it's Dad's ex-Saudi Arabian team.
I saw a lot of players of Saudi, though.
Yeah. Or this team. Well, let us know what your thoughts are. Now, schedule. I lost in the Community Shield to Manchester City, but I beat Norwich 2-0, Leeds 3-0, Leicester 2-1. I drew to Fulham, and then I'm out of the Carabao Cup already to Leeds.
That's a big, big plus for me. That's 1 cup you haven't won.
So, that's a bad start, really. In the Champions League, my fixtures are as follows. Newcastle to begin with, which is annoying, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate it when you play teams in your own country.
Yeah, it makes no sense, especially in the first round of the draw. Monaco, Bayer Leverkusen, Real Madrid, Salzburg, Young Boys, Villarreal, ending again with PSG.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's going to be quite difficult, really, because Newcastle are a good side.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, PSG. I mean, I think you should still qualify.
I mean, you finished second in that final season, so if I do win the league again, that's an extra point just for finishing higher, but the points tally alone is going to be so close.
Well, I've only got 80 points this time, though, don't I?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the lowest I had for the 3 seasons, maybe the lowest I had completely.
Yeah.
So, you're in with a chance.
Absolutely.
You may not beat my position, but you can beat me by points.
Yeah, and those earlier cups might have really helped. The Carabao Cup in that second season. Okay, let's find out then. Season number 5. How did I get on? Season 5. Finished in 4th place. Now, the only upside is it was 2 less points than you.
Yeah.
Which shows how different our leagues were. Liverpool ran away with it with 90. I wasn't even close to them. finishing in 4th, dropping down from that first position.
Yeah, because I come runners up and I had 80 points.
Yeah.
So the runners up got eight points more than me, Man City there. So,
yeah.
So I got more points for you for finishing higher, and I got 2 more points.
So it wasn't great. Ooh. Not a great season there. Callum Moendu got 19 goals and Haaland was the highest with 32.
Close.
It is going to be really
close. If you haven't won the FA Cup or the Champions League, this is going to be a hell of a close.
Yeah. Emile Smith-Rowe was 17 assists. Not bad. Not bad. He's in the highest average rating as well. But it's all down to the cup competitions to decide it, probably. Let's find out. Runner-up in the FA Cup.
Well,
it's going to go right down the wire now.
Same as me with the Champions League, isn't it? If I won the Champions League, I think I'd have won it.
Yeah, it's going to go right down to the wire now. It's going to go down to those points. I think that's how close it is. Okay, so I lost to Chelsea in the final, unfortunately.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Knocked out Man City on penalties in the semis. Knocked out Newcastle in the quarters. Round of 16 by AC Milan. Penalties again. Didn't play the knockout playoff round because I qualified in 3rd. Only lost to the 2 French teams. 1-6. Beat Real Madrid 6-1.
Christ.
An iconic night at Brentford Stadium.
Where did they finish, Real Madrid?
All the way down in 18th.
God, blimey, that is bad for them, isn't it?
Gave them a stinker, that one, wasn't it? Absolutely. A Tonkin, 6-1. Lovely stuff. My season ended with 28 goals for Callum Moendu, 17 for Javi Guerrero with 13 assists, and Emile Smith-Rowe with 26 assists.
He's a good boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was.
I mean, he's going to be one of the players I think I'll be looking for now when I'm doing any of my rebuilds and that.
Of course he is. He's an Arsenal player. He's a secret Arsenal fan. I'm telling you all.
That's the worst thing about it, though, isn't it?
He's a secret Arsenal fan.
It kills me.
And he come through the youth academy. It's not like they bought him in.
I just hope that your mate don't watch his videos, because if he does, he'd be giving me stick.
Yeah, he would. My Arsenal supporting friend Eves, he would be giving you voice notes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Via me, sends them to me to send to Dad. It's ridiculous. You should see it on North London days. It's hilarious. But anyway, if you do take over the save game file, the transfer budget 76 million, and all you probably have to do is sign another right back. But if this was Dad taking over, he'd sign 4 of them. Right, it's got to be very close. So we'll tally up the points, find out who's won. At the end of Season 5, Dad gains 1 point for finishing higher, taking the total score right now to Omega Luke with 10 and Omega Dad with 10. But it's time to add up the total points across all 5 seasons. So the final scores were 10-10.
Oh, I can't believe how close that really is.
It does go down to the bonus points.
Yeah.
Which, again, reminder, is accumulated from all of the points that we've scored in the Premier League alone, total together. Whoever gets the most across the 5 seasons gets 3 extra points. Which
there wasn't many points between us at each season, either.
No.
So this could go either way.
So which would mean one of us will win because of those extra 3 bonus points. Now, the grand total of points for Omega Luke is 368. But Omega Dad, the grand total across 5 seasons is 379.
Get it.
Dad wins by 3 points.
I think my team were just more consistent in the 80s.
Yeah.
I did say that in the video. I've been in the 80s nearly every season, except for obviously for that first season.
Yeah, season 2 and 3, you had 81 and 83. I had 75 for both.
Yeah.
I actually beat you on 2 seasons, with the first and the 4th season, and you beat me across 3 seasons, but you stayed above 80 after that first season.
Yeah, consistency.
But there we go. You won thanks to the bonus 3 points, which was my idea, and I really regret doing it.
You push.
There we go. That made it a lot of fun, though.
Oh, it was good, though, wasn't it? Because, I mean, 10 each. Who would have thought it would have been that close at 10 each, really? So, I mean, especially when you winning the cup. I mean, that one FA Cup that I won that 4th season.
Saved you.
Saved me.
Yeah, for the domestic
Definitely,
double. Yeah. Because before that, I was kind of running away with it at points. It was 6-2 before we went into that final season. But this was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as you usually do with the Versus rebuilds. It's something a little bit different. Again, we like to bring you guys different stuff, and this is obviously an extension to what we've done previously in the past with the Man United one, which was the first one we did last year. So again, suggestions for the teams that you want us to do where we go against each other doing the same team. This is hopefully going to be a brand new format that we're going to continue doing every other week outside of doing the Versus rebuild. They're not going anywhere. Just the ones where we do a normal rebuild, we'll probably do them a lot less now because these are way more fun to do.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And it brings the competitive aspect in it, which you guys all love and enjoy.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep your suggestions coming in for those teams. And of course, For everything else, make sure you're checking out the Glory Hunter save. That's going really well, and we're thoroughly enjoying it bringing to you. And I'll put up episode 1 on the screen right now for you to pick. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the wrestling links down below if you want to make a donation or you want to come to the show. Make sure you let me know. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.